good? What's up? This is Enrique Milwaukee OATS screen printing, t-shirt booming, and today we're going to be printing a 2-color order. Well, actually it's a 4-color because it's 2 on the front and 2 on the back. We're going to be printing on white shirts, and I haven't made a video in a while just because I was on vacation. The last video I made was a quick water bottle printing video, so I'm going to do another more in-depth video on that, so stay tuned. I know you all like to see those type of videos, but I'm going to give you a few more tips. But this one is just a 2-color screen printing order. So it's for a brand here in the city. We're in Milwaukee, so we're going to be printing for a brand, but this is a brand with a mission. So the first color I'm going to be doing is a black ink. So if you want to look at it, it says "Stay Prayed Up." So with the little heart, and then there's going to be a semicolon here in blue. So you all know what that semicolon stands for. It's like anti-suicide prevention. So this is the back of the shirts. So this is the second color. So as you can see, "Stay Prayed Up" is in black, and then the semicolon is in blue. So this is a anti-suicide kind of mission-oriented brand. So these people want to highlight the fact that like life is really important, and if you stay prayed up and connected to God and connected to like positivity, like there's other people there for you. So it's a great great mission, and we like printing for brands like that because not only is this like a fashionable t-shirt, but it has a really valuable mission. Because you know, every day we lose people to suicide, we lose people to depression, and you know, there's a lot of issues that go on in our communities. You know, sometimes we see people in the neighborhood with like crutches or on wheelchairs, or who are missing a limb, and those are like illnesses or like disabilities that we can see. But sometimes there's people with disabilities internally that we can't see, and we have to be empathetic and be supportive of just anybody we see in our community. You know, we live in the same city, we live in the same state, even the same country. You know, like, we all need to support each other and just be good people. So that's what we like to pride ourselves on here at Milwaukee OATS Screen Printing. We like to be the organization, the screen printing company that has a conscience. You know, we like to give back to our community and just, you know, be more than a t-shirt. So this is the back of the shirts. So as you can see, it's the 2 colors. So since we're printing on a light garment, we only have to print 1 coat. So this is how it looks. These are the backs. Looks pretty good. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to print this order. So it is a 2-color. I gave you the introduction of what the brand represents. So I'm going to kind of like walk you through printing the second color on the back. So if you notice, this is the front of the shirt. Very standard. You know, these are really common. So I flip it over, grab it by the back, kind of grab it in the sides, and then like kind of flip it inside out a little bit, but not all the way, just to get it on the press. I usually pull it all the way on, and then I make sure that the tag is in the middle. Pull it all the way on again just to get it straight. But this isn't where I'm going to print it. Obviously, as you can see, the image is going to land here. We want to kind of make sure that the image is like right here, but on the back. So I'm going to pull the tag all the way up to where I kind of measured at the beginning, so I know where it's supposed to land, so that I just make sure that all of the tags land here. So I'll pull down the first coat. As you can see, the ink's on here. What I'm gonna do is, if you want to come a little bit closer, I'm gonna like kind of like flood the screen with the ink. As you can see, like the holes are all filled, but it is a little cakey. So now that the next thing I'm gonna do is, since the ink is filled in all of the holes or all of the places where the screen doesn't have emulsion, now I'm gonna add a little bit more pressure and angle the squeegee up a little bit, and then press it down, and then squeegee it through. Lift it up. As you can see, the print is really crispy and clean. Edges are sharp, so follow me. I'm gonna flash it. So now it's being flashed, so I flashed it for maybe 10 seconds. It is a white shirt, so I'm a little bit more, I pay a little bit more attention to it. And then I'll wait for this screen to come all the way around. Once it comes back around, I'll grab this blue screen and pull it down and print the semicolon in the area where the heart is missing. And so this is not dry yet. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna print another black on the white. So here we go. Remember, flood the ink. The ink's flooded. Now with the higher up angle, I'm gonna apply a little bit of pressure and push it through. Boom. So now this is good, and if you notice, like there's missing ink right here. So what I need to do is I need to pay a little bit more attention to that side and make sure that the ink is hitting all of the spots. So looks pretty crispy. Now I'm gonna flash it. And now, so once I print on one, the next screen is getting flashed. So if I'm good at what I do, I can kind of not rush it, but kind of do it in a timely manner where I'm printing the next image while the first image that I printed is curing or flashing, so that I can kind of create like a workflow where while I'm working, there isn't any time being wasted. So this looks really good, and now this was the first print we did, so now this is extremely dry. So what I'm gonna do is now do the second color. And since we're printing on white, we only need to hit it once. So that's one really important lesson to know. Since I'm printing on white garments, all of the ink sits really well and it's very vibrant, so we don't need to hit it with 2 coats. So instead of throwing it around to get flashed, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it off the press and actually just throw it directly on the conveyor. And since I've been doing this for a while, I'm gonna be able to put the next shirt on and print. So this is my work zone right here. I just moved over there just for the video purpose. But that image right there, or that shirt, just hit the flash. But while I take this shirt off, place it on the conveyor, that shirt's drying. So I have to work in a timely manner where take the shirt off, put it on there, put a new shirt on the press, print it while that's curing or flashing. But I have to do it fast enough so that the shirt doesn't burn. So this is the one I just printed, and now I'm gonna show you in like a faster version without explaining it. So boom, I'm doing the second color now. Second color looks great. I'm throwing it on the conveyor, grabbing the next shirt, throwing it on the press, making sure it's lined up, pulling the first color down, printing it. Now the first image should be cured, and now I'm gonna do the same with this. And then I kind of just create like a workflow where I'm able to print quality prints while speeding up the time. And sometimes, like if I notice that I'm taking along and I don't want to rush, I'll put this shirt on, but instead of printing it, I'll just line it up and pass it through to get flashed just with a blank. And that does two things. So what that does is allows me not to burn the shirt, but it also helps out the screen, because sometimes when you print multiple colors and you pass it through the conveyor or the flash dryer, the shirt, it is going under heat, so it will shrink. And if you print the shirt and it shrinks, the second color might not line up. But if you shrink the shirt before you print the first color, it's already going to be shrunk. So once you print the first color, it'll go back to the dryer, and then it'll come back around and it won't move because it's already pre-shrunk. So sometimes I pass a blank garment through the flash. And t-shirts, you don't really have to be too concerned with them shrinking because they are a thinner garment, but hoodies for sure. When I print multiple color hoodies or multiple color images on hoodies, I usually flash them before I print them. So that's a great tip to know. So again, I'm putting the shirt on, and since the shirt has already been under the flash for a little bit of time, I'm not going to print on it. I'm going to just pass it through. What that allows me to do is that allows me to not burn any shirts and keep the workflow moving forward. So we all know it's like screen printing is a bulk business. You know, usually people come to get like multiple shirts, and when you do multiple things over and over and over, time is very important, especially if you have many orders. The faster you get the orders done, the more orders you get, the more business you can do, and the more you can grow. And the happier clients are, you know. If people are waiting, they're expecting to wait like 2 weeks, and you get it done beforehand, it might make them really happy, you know. And that might give you the edge over your competitor, you know. So timeliness is really important. Customer service is really important too. I noticed that a lot of like the screen printing shops that came before me, or like before this generation, don't really have good customer services. They're good customer service skills. They usually just send you an email, and then that's all you hear from them. They tell you when your order will be ready, how to pay. But I noticed that if you go above and beyond, a lot of people like to know what's going on with their order. They like to give feedback. They like to hear from you during the process. It just gives people peace of mind, especially if they're a first time client. If they're ordering shirts for the first time, they might be a little like hesitant. They might not like trust you as much. Like, you know, they made the payment and they're like, all right, well, what are they doing with my order? Are they working on it, or what's going on? If you kind of keep like a communication with them, it helps them out. So now that we got all of the backs of these shirts printed, I'm gonna start printing the front. So I'm gonna walk you through how we do that. So it's basically the same process of printing the backs, but I'm gonna run a test print real quick. So what I did is I prepped the new screen, or the new screens, because it's a double color, and I'm just printing a test print. So test print looks good. Pass it through the conveyor dryer, and now I'm going to use that shirt for more test prints, or I might cut it up for regs, whatever. You know, like we used to, anytime we make a mistake on an order, we don't throw the shirt out. We use it for either test prints, I might wear it, or I might cut it up and use it to clean screens, like to do like color changes or reclaiming screens or whatever. So first thing, what I want to do, I'm going to put the shirt on, press, and just like how we set up the back, I'm gonna set up the front the same way, so I know where the shirt should line up. So it's gonna be about 3 to 4 colors from the collar. So first thing I'm gonna do is, this is the butter knife, the ink is the peanut butter, and the shirt is the bread, and I'm gonna make a peanut butter sandwich. So I'm gonna spread the peanut butter on the bread, and then I'm gonna squeegee it through. So first layer looks good, check it out. So as you can see, it says more life in black. So kind of like what we talked about, this is a brand with a meaning. So the meaning is to promote life and to work towards ending suicide. This is a suicide awareness brand. So the next color that I want to print is the semicolon, and it's going to be in blue. So I'm going to pass this to the flash dryer, same process. While it's flashing, I'm going to grab the second shirt, put it on the press. Now that it's on the press, it's in the area that we need it to be printed in. I'm going to print the first coat. I'm going to slide it to under the conveyor. I'm going to put the next shirt on the press. And it's lined up where we need it to be lined up. And put the ink. Throw it under the flash. Put the fourth shirt on the press. Line it up. Hold down the screen. Throw it into the conveyor. And as you can see, all of the 4 shirts look pretty crispy. The ink looks nice, it's all cured. And now the final step is to print the semicolon. And as you can see, it looks really nice. So what I'm gonna do now is throw it on the conveyor and do that for the rest of the shirts. Alright, so we're working on the fronts now. Same process. Just gotta get the second color printed. So we got the more life with the semicolon. As you can see, that's the front. The big print on the front. More life, promoting life, you know. And stay prayed up. Just connection to God and connection to, like, having a connection to a higher being and a higher purpose. You know, everybody has a purpose in life. You just gotta pick yours. So my purpose, I feel like my purpose is to inspire and to create a life of abundance for myself and teach other people on how to achieve that in their own life. And my catalyst is screen printing and art. So using art as a catalyst for promoting inspiration or just a better life for others is kind of like my purpose. So I think once you figure out your purpose in life, everything else will fall into place. And for me, that has been kind of really important and vital for me in creating a healthy life and a thriving business, you know. It's kind of like my mission statement, you know. Sometimes you get off track and don't remember what you should be focusing on, but if you have that purpose or that mission statement, you can kind of always ask yourself, is this action or is this decision that I'm going to make, does it coincide with my mission statement or my purpose? And that will always keep you on track. It will always be the compass, so you know where you're headed. So printing this order is fun, you know. It's reminding me on why I started screen printing, the purpose. So always have a purpose because it's bigger than the action. So you don't want to get lost in the task. You always want to be objective orientated. So always think about the objective and not the task. So I think that this brand is a really cool brand. Simple order too. It's a 2 color on the front, 2 color on the back. Usually I think this was a 50 shirt for $400, and that's just a 1 color. But I think I gave them a deal just because I had a connection with the brand, and the person who came in. She seemed to be really passionate about this, so I gave them a discount. I think I charged them $300, which is a $100 discount, and I didn't factor in the multiple colors. So this should have been like maybe like $550. So I gave them like a $250 discount. And sometimes like we talk about pricing when it comes to orders. It's not always a good idea to give people discounts because you don't ever want to like price yourself out of work. And for me, I just gave them a discount because I know that they're going to be back, and I'm going to create a relationship with this client where we print thousands and thousands of shirts. So I don't mind giving them a discount, but for most people I don't usually give discounts because, you know, we are already really busy. We have a quality product, we have a quality name, so if you tell people you're getting yourself printed from us, it usually comes with like a lot of like positive vibes and positive energy. So we created a price where we're not the cheapest, but we're not the most expensive. We're somewhere right in the middle, and people come to us because they want to work with us, and we don't want to work with anybody who's a bad client or who just doesn't fit our brand. You know, we are a community-based print shop. We aren't profit first. We're human people, people first, human first. So we got our prices where they need to be because we reinvest back into the community. And yeah, we're not the print shop that's gonna offer you 100 shirts for $300 where like you're only making 50 cents a print. We're in the business of providing a quality service for a decent price, and providing now follow them as they fall. So now that the order is done, I just separate the sizes or the shirts by sizes. So the bottom is the XL, these are the large. And then what I usually do is, so how I do it is I'll stack all the mediums, or each size by each size. And then if you want to come closer, I grab each shirt by the collar in the same spot. And I try to match them up to be in the same space. So I'll grab them all like this with my fingers, and then I'll open them all up so that they fall. I'll pat them out a little bit, and then I'll fold them in half, lay them on top, and I'll do the same with the smalls. So I'll grab them, boom, boom, and I usually, when I do this, I count them too, so that I have the number. fold them like that, and then I'll bring them to the front of my shop, and I'll place them on this board, and everything here usually gets a box. So I'll place them here, I'll put them in a box, and then they'll be ready for the client to pick them up. So that's pretty much how you print a 2-color shirt or 2-color logo on a shirt. It's super simple. It's super. It looks super clean on the shirt once you're done printing, and that's something we pride ourselves here on at Milwaukee OATS Screen Printing, is our quality and our customer service. So if you ever need any shirts printed, you could go to our website at onlyatshirt.com and submit an inquiry or a submission. If you want to ask us any questions of tips or tricks on screen printing, you could always post a comment. Like and subscribe our videos. We got another video coming out next week on our water bottles, on screen printing on water bottles and cups. We did 3 videos already, but we're gonna do a couple more with new tricks and new tips on what I've learned from doing different types of screen printing on water bottles. So I'm gonna show you a print that we did. So I printed on these candles. So that's one of our screen prints. So I'm gonna show you how to do this. So make sure you like and subscribe this video so you can find out how we made these candles.